Kaitlyn, we haven't met, but I feel like we have mutual people. One that I really love, who loves you.
Oh, yes.
So I kind of feel. I told you I feel comfortable in this setting talking about what we're about to talk about.
Yes. Wait. Also, we have met, so I'm not memorable.
Wait, what? So before you came in, one of my friends said, "Have you met Kaitlyn?" And I said, "No."
We met twice.
That's not true. That can't be true.
It is true. I played in the celebrity baseball tournament 8 years ago.
That doesn't count. There's too much. That doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
And then 2 years ago, you walked into Oku, and I was at the bar, and we just quickly said hello. I know we've never met, but hello.
That's not a real meeting.
Okay, fine. Then we haven't met.
Yeah, we've not had a conversation. Because a celebrity softball game, it's too much. It's over. I'm overstimulated. Too many people. I want to win the game. People are fighting. Florida Georgia Line wants to beat each other up. Yeah. All that stuff's happening at that. So okay, so we've come into contact.
That's yes. We've come into contact.
I would have felt like a real dick if you'd have been like.
We had an hour chat.
Yeah, we at the CMAs we hung out backstage, heart to heart.
We had coffee for an hour one day. We talked about our feelings.
You just flew back in?
I did last night. That's why the bags under my eyes are bagging, which I'm just being such an insecure little weirdo today. Because usually I'm just whatever, I'll own it. I'm tired. But the fact is, when I get my face beat up with glam, I feel like it ages me. I had a meltdown. I haven't been home in so long. I am a crazy person when I don't sleep. And so I'm just, you're going to help me get out of this funk.
Well, when you came in, you had mentioned you almost melted down because of some glam. And I was like, no, you don't look over made up.
Well, I have an event after, so I'm I needed my glam done. And then I was like, well, I'll be on camera anyways. And then I looked in the mirror and I went, wow, just feels a bit much.
I want to give you total autonomy. By the way, you do a great job on your podcast.
Thank you.
So I want to give you total autonomy during this show. If there's anything that you're like, oh, it might be interesting to add. Because I want to talk about Dancing with the Stars.
Of course.
I love talking about it. I have such a great relationship. Most of my relationship with it is awesome.
Yeah.
One of the greatest experiences of my life.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
It's been soured by the hardcore fans of the show, and mostly, and we can just start here. I had you're talking about meltdowns. I had a minor meltdown about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Because Tom Bergeron, who I love.
Yes.
Still love.
Okay.
Loved then.
Yep.
I was so surprised at his reaction to the question of who's one of the most surprising eliminations. They didn't even ask him about me.
Right.
Now, had they said the question who won that's surprising? I'm all here.
Right.
I'm the most surprising ever.
Yes, yeah.
I know that.
It's kind of a cool title.
I have total awareness of my entire situation.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And he was like, well, I won't answer that question, but I will tell you what is the most surprising win. And it wasn't even that. He just did the facial. He was like, when Bobby won, ouch. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like it hurt my feelings so much.
Did it hurt your feelings? Yeah.
I have a job where I give opinions all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I create controversy, which I do at times, sometimes manufactured, sometimes not, I'm good because I know I've signed up for this.
Yeah, you get it.
When he did that, it hurt my feelings.
Aw. I'm so sorry. That would hurt my feelings too.
Because that was somebody that was like, man, he was so helpful to me during the show because he knew I was struggling.
Did he say ouch?
Oh yeah, have you not seen the clip?
No, show me the clip because I heard everything and then I saw so much on online about it and I knew there's the whole thing about you sending the mirror ball back, but I never actually saw the clip even though I was there.
I'm just gonna hand you just start this TikTok over. I'll slide it to you and turn the volume up. Okay. And so it's me talking about it, but you'll see him.
Okay.
I try not to get my feelings hurt, especially about stuff like this, but this was hurtful, and not because of what was said, but really who said it. Anyway. I'm going to play a video now of Tom Bergeron, who I really like, who I admire.
I mean, the TikTok popped off.
It did.
Him talking about me, except they didn't even ask a question about me. He flipped it to give me as the answer.
It's funny, you're asking about eliminations. The thing that shocked me most was a win.
Oh, tell me more.
Bobby Bones. That was when I went, Bobby Bones was the first time I it was like, ouch.
What was I supposed to do on that show? I didn't even want to be on the show. I had no intention of being on Dancing with the Stars. I was working on a different show at the network.
So that's the Tom stuff. But it was just the facial expression. And also, I just had foot surgery, so I was on pain pills.
Oh, don't do anything online on pain pills.
Yeah, I did. But it popped off, so I'm kind of happy I did it.
Sorry. That table is way too long.
But I still love Tom. But that hurt my feelings so bad.
That's why it hurt your feelings, is because you love him.
And
that would hurt my feelings for sure.
Over the last, I think it's been 7 seasons. I love talking to you about this because you won. You did the show. It's like you were good. But still, there's like trauma bonding. Like we did this, we know this, the rigors of even having to get feedback all the time online.
Well, and then I think what people also don't talk about is after the fact, like I didn't realize during filming how much I needed all of this validation all the time. And they're constantly validating, but critiquing. And then you want to impress them. And then you want to show up the next week and be like, oh, look, I listened to you. And then it's just all done. And you're like,
yeah, it is over quick. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's so depressing. I felt like I don't know, like a hangover from it after. But yeah, during it's so, I don't think they ever warn people what you're signing up for because you're like, that's a nice check. And then you see the work that you do. You're like, oh, wow. In that video, I will say this again. It's not that I didn't want to go on the show. I had no intention of going. I didn't want to go on the show. How were you approached?
I was on American Idol for 4 years.
So that's how they found you?
Yeah, they find, the ABC's like, hey, we're going to promote American Idol. So go over to,
that makes sense.
This is the exact conversation. Hey, we need to promote Idol because Idol had just come back to ABC. I did season 1. They just signed me to a multi-year deal for season 2 and 3. We want you to go over to Dancing with the Stars, and you haven't danced ever. You'll last 4 weeks max, and you'll be back in time for the show.
Right.
And I remember saying to them, I've never danced. That sounds fun, but I don't. If I go, I don't plan to last 4 weeks. Like I don't do anything without
fully
going as hard as I can.
I'm the same.
And they're like, And so there was a time too during the show where they had to like decide if they were going to pull me off the show because Idol was already filming, and they were paying me a ton of money at Idol to not be on Idol.
But don't you share the same stage space with Idol there?
Yes,
as the ballroom.
But I was also working full time.
Yeah.
My radio show while in LA.
Oh, so you didn't.
And then training. There's no time.
So how'd you do it?
I don't know. Even I don't know. But the controversy that happened too, it's not even a controversy. I admitted that I said cheated. I didn't cheat, but they give us rules on how long you can dance with your partner.
Right.
I was so behind that I would go and rent a studio by myself and put the phone up and watch practice and just try to do it better so I could get to practice the next day. And
so you really were committed though.
Never been more committed to anything except my wife.
Wow.
That I was so committed because I wasn't even this is with total respect to Grocery Store Joe. During the season, I wasn't the bad one.
Yeah, he was bad.
He was the one he was the one that everybody was like, we can't believe he's lasting. We can't. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm that guy now and I'm known for that is crazy. But I remember every year since around October, November, I just get crushed in my algorithm because anybody who's bad now gets compared to me.
Yeah. Does that hurt your feelings?
It wears on me.
Yeah.
So hurts my feelings? No, but it wears on me.
I get that.
I never watched my dances back one single time until about 2 months ago, and I watched them all back and recorded me watching them.
And how did it go?
I wasn't as bad as everybody made me feel.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
So did you get emotional watching? Not like cry, but were you like feeling some type of way?
I was proud of myself in a different way.
That's awesome.
I wasn't as bad as I was made to believe I was. I'm not good, by the way, and I don't think I'm good.
Sure.
But I think Buzz Aldrin did the show or something.
I don't know who that is.
He's an astronaut, and he was like 100. He's like 110.
Okay.
I felt like people told me I was him.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch your dances because I watched your season. I can't even remember who your partner was.
Sharna,
yes, of course.
Who was your partner?
Artem.
Oh yeah.
Was he on your season when
Yes,
you did?
I liked Artem. He didn't say a lot.
He's okay outside of the ballroom. He is like a little teddy bear. He's such a sweetie, and in the ballroom, he is very intense. But I feel like that's like the Russian culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
The two things I learned most about Russians and Mormons while doing the show. I'm basically a Mormon, just not the religious part. I'm the most Mormon person I've ever met, except for the religious part.
Wait, tell me more.
I don't drink. I don't take no chemicals, nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you always been like that?
Yeah, I've never had a drink of alcohol.
Ever in your life?
It's my Mormon culture.
No, you're actually, I'm confused.
I've never had a drink of alcohol, no.
But you're not actually Mormon.
No.
Okay.
But I'm saying like I'm as close to Mormon except for the religious part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I learned about Mormons because I grew up in Arkansas. We didn't have, there was not a Mormon population.
Yeah.
And then Russians. We also didn't have a large Russian contingent in the state of Arkansas.
Makes sense.
So yeah. Do this game with me.
Okay.
Superlatives.
Okay.
Best all around of the pros.
Daniela.
See, I didn't have Daniela.
Oh, I could watch her dance. Sometimes I'm like, am I gay for her? Like I'm like so attracted to the way.
I felt that way with Val. I felt that way with Val. Yeah. Like, am I gay for him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like there's just something about their swag, the way they move, how they can do it. The fact that they can like put aside that they could look like they're madly in love with whoever their partner is, and they compartmentalize it because that is their job, and they just know that chemistry translates to the audience. And Val and Daniela.
I don't know Daniela. Her choreography is awesome.
Amazing.
I'm going to go, for me, because I didn't put any restrictions or any rules, I'm going to go, Emma was my favorite.
She's the best.
Like, Nobel Human Peace Prize Award.
Agreed.
I would have mental, I had troubles during my season. Like, I think we all did at some point. And she would step in.
Aww.
And be like,
I wonder
let me help you.
I wonder what that would have felt like for me, because Artem was going through some stuff at home while we had our season, and so if I cried, he would be like, "You're wasting my time," and I agree with him. I was wasting time because we really wanted to win, and I would always tell him, and he knew if I said I had to go blow my nose, that means I was going to the bathroom to cry for 5 minutes and get it out of my system and come back and be ready. But Emma, I just got to work with her when I was dancing with Andy 2 weeks ago, and I was like, she is the most patient, fun, kind.
A+, in every way.
Oh my God, she's just wonderful. And the way I saw her work with Andy was, she is an A+ human being.
I reached out to Andy and just for the mental health part of it.
Yeah.
Because he started to get it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you probably don't need this. You're the dude. But everybody thinks everybody's okay unless they ask.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I bet he needed that.
And I was just like, hey, if you need to talk about any of this mental health stuff, like, it's real on this show.
Aww.
And so he hit me up again after it was over, and he was like, dude, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I was surprised how much he opened up to me on my podcast about mental health, because, again, you're right. You don't know until you ask. And he just seems like this, happy to be here, humbled kind of guy. But it really does. Once you get in it, like the first week, you're like, what am I doing? Yeah. And then the next week, you're like, okay, I'm kind of in. And then week 3, 4, 5, you're just like, I need to be here. This is my home now. I am not going anywhere. And all of your competitiveness comes out, which obviously you're competitive. I am so competitive.
I would have died on the stage.
What do you mean?
I would have gone so hard.
Yes.
I would have never left the building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like at one point, the doctor told me I should stop because I had tendonitis in both ankles and my ribs and everything. And I was like, yeah, right.
You know why I love that? Because I fell on the first dance. I tore my shoulder. I came to we'll just say a professional team doctor.
Yeah.
And he said, you're not going to hurt it worse, but you're going to have to shoot it and numb it. And I shot. It wasn't anything to do with ABC or Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
But I found a doctor.
Yeah.
And he shot me up every week.
I did that in my ankle. Except it wasn't. They had it at the show and they were fine with it.
Yours was probably legit. I was using something I probably shouldn't have used that you can't do every week.
Yeah. And
he was like, this is going to hurt. So.
And it helped?
Oh, my arm, it felt like the greatest arm that's ever been created.
Do you still have injuries from that now?
Now it's just sore if it rains, that kind of thing.
Sore if it rains? Like, that's just age.
If it gets cloudy, like it hurts. When did you know you were going on?
Oh my gosh, do you know the story about how I got on?
Mm-mm.
So when I came off being the Bachelorette, the creator of the whole show, he never really liked me. I still don't think he really likes me.
Of which show?
The Bachelor and Bachelorette. He kind of made it known that he didn't like me. Like, it wasn't a secret. And so when I came off the show, Chris Soules was the Bachelor that I was on, and he did Dancing with the Stars. And then they called me and they said, do you want to come on the show? I freaked out because I danced my whole life, which I know is also controversial with that show, that I had dance background. But my mom was a professional ballerina. It was like my dream to do anything.
Your mom was a pro ballerina?
Yes.
That is so cool.
Yes, she was one of the original members of the Alberta Ballet Company in Canada. And so I quit dancing at 25 because I wasn't good enough. And I like chose to not get any education after high school because I was like committed to wanting to dance. And so I felt like I failed as a dancer, and it was just always in the back of my mind. And when I went on The Bachelor, I was like, maybe I could go on Dancing with the Stars and like make my dreams come true. And so they asked me, and I remember just sobbing. I was so excited. I had the contract, I had it signed, and I was so new to TV. I don't know anything about what I signed for The Bachelor. I just was scribbling my initials on everything, went, here you go. And so they were like, no, you can't do it. And the creator of the show said to me, I'm really sick of people wanting fame after my show, and you can focus on your relationship that you just had from the show instead. And I don't know how they didn't sue me because I took it to Twitter and I was like, sexist, blah, blah, blah. Chris Soules got to do it. All the men have gotten to do it. They haven't had a girl. And then all of a sudden, Hannah Brown became the Bachelorette, and then she got to go on Dancing with the Stars. And so everyone was tweeting me or reaching out and being like, are you so mad?
She went on before you did?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not mad. I'm happy I spoke up to say, like, why doesn't he let women go on the show and why have all the men gotten to? And so I was happy for her. And then it was COVID, and they were doing like a Bachelor GOAT show where they were doing the best seasons and recapping them with Chris Harrison. And so Chris Harrison was like, will you jump on a Zoom with me to recap your show? I said yes. And at the end he goes, well, I have a really important question for you. And I was like, what? And he went, well, I could still cry. He was like, do you want to go on Dancing with the Stars? And I was just in pure shock. Like my reaction was just, and I couldn't even speak.
You didn't know it was coming at all?
No idea.
That's
and
awesome.
it was so long after I'd been on the show that I was like, I feel like a washed up reality star at this point. Like, you really want me to go on? And then to win, it felt like such a full circle because I'd always wanted to be looked at as a dancer. And it was just so exciting for me. I always tell my Canadian, I'm Canadian. And so I always say, it's like somebody not making it to the NHL, being really close but not making it. And then 10 years later, getting asked to play in the Stanley Cup finals and winning and knowing what that feels like. I was like, this is my Stanley Cup.
So it really mattered to you.
Oh, so much. It was, again, like you know how it is. The whole experience was just so incredible. And even though I was like in the fetal position crying every night and my bones were broken and I was just like falling apart, I was like, I can't wait till the next day, and I can't wait to make it another week. And I'm like, I will win that. I would hold a fake mirror ball when I slept, and I would manifest. I was crazy. So yes, it meant everything to me.
My favorite memories are going with like Emma and Sasha were married at the time.
Yes.
With like Emma, Sasha, even Alan going to Air One.
Yeah.
Because that's where we would go,
yes,
right there.
Always.
And just like that's what we'd go get some food before we went back. And like it is such, everybody just kind of becomes a unit.
It is such family vibes. Like even going back last week, which I haven't been on the show in 4 or 5 years, everyone just acts like you've never left. It just feels like such a family over there. It was, why didn't you come to the 20th?
My foot. I tried to go. It was the Thursday before the Tuesday of the show, and I was having surgery, and I had told my doctor, hey, I'm supposed to go to L.A.
Yeah.
And he's like, unless you want to get a blood clot in your leg, you're not going to L.A. I was very sad I couldn't go.
Because everything would have been so different. As if they would have, do you think he would have, because he didn't say it in the ballroom.
No, he didn't.
So he said it on an interview after. Yeah, it still would have went the same way.
An interview leading up to, because he came back that episode.
Yeah.
I also love Tom Bergeron, even still.
Have you talked to him like personally since?
Mm-mm.
Stop. I was going to say shut up. That's mean. Stop.
You can say shut up.
Okay, shut up.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Really?
Why I don't feel bad about any of this controversy is that I never said anything negative about anybody.
Yeah.
There have been times I've said things and I regret it and I'm like, oops.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I have nothing negative to say about the show. I've said things at times about how toxic the extremely hardcore fans are of that show. Mm-hmm. But that can happen with sports teams too.
Oh.
Like I fight with friggin' Texas Longhorn fans like crazy. Like if you're passionate, it's toxic.
It's true. The fans, like, they're so loyal to the show. I mean, even Bachelor Nation fans, like, man, they think you are a character on a show and they pigeonhole you into this one thing and they will die on that hill that that's who you are. And they do the same thing with Dancing with the Stars. You're right. Sports, anything. Like for women, Bachelor is their Super Bowl. Like it is. And fans are crazy. Good and bad, and you need both.
Yeah, and mostly you see the bad because the algorithm puts out what gets engagement, and you know what gets engagement? People saying negative things.
Yeah, it's so true. The algorithm really does me dirty sometimes. I'm like, why are you showing me this?
Have you watched your dances back? Do you watch them back?
Like every day.
Yeah, I'm so proud of me winning. I never want anybody to think I like hate anything about it.
Yeah,
I get upset at a section of it.
That's so fair.
And I was made to feel I was really bad at dancing, which I was bad. And then I got to be okay. But my triumph is Vegas put out the odds before the show. I was last.
Really?
I have like the screenshot of like when Vegas put it out and you could bet, I was dead last.
That's even better. I love an underdog story, but also are you a little sad you sent the mirror ball back? Like, are you like, actually I do want it back? Because you are proud of it?
A little. I did the Opry a few days later and I was playing the Opry and I was playing a song.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I sent the mirror ball back. I kind of regret it. But someone has reached out to me from the network.
And they said they would give it back?
It's whatever I want.
Aw, what do you want?
I don't know.
Well, I feel like you should take it back. Coming from somebody who I react with emotion a lot, and I've been in therapy for it for about 10 years to like try and remove myself and take a deep breath before I do anything. I still find it very hard, and I get myself in trouble a lot with that. But that is something that it's like, look at all these things you have behind you. Like it's you deserved that, and it doesn't matter what Tom said. It can hurt your feelings.
No, it's not just about Tom. I know. The association sometimes was like, I look at that and I'm like, that's the only thing I've ever done where I purposefully just tried hard.
Yeah.
Worked hard, tried to make people better around me. I would help other contestants on their camera time. I'm like, guys, I know you're working on all the dance, but you know what's going to pay off is you talking to the camera. So I would like work with some of the other contestants there. Yeah. Like I did everything I could to help, and then for people to go, we think you're less than. That was my association with that trophy. There are things where I get it, where I'm like, people don't like me because I say this or feel this way. Signed up for that. This is the only thing where I was like the underdog who won, and then that's held against me. And so that association kind of, it soured it a bit. I
mean, I will say, even when Neve Schulman was the runner-up on my show, and sometimes I would like go and look at his comments, and it doesn't, even to this day, he'll like post something if it has anything to do with Dancing with the Stars. Every comment is how he should have won over me, and I'm like, oh.
I'm so glad that happens to you too.
Oh yeah, because it's such a prideful thing, that winning that mirror ball, and nobody will ever understand how hard you work or what you do behind the scenes, because it's such a joyful show, and they show snippets when you're literally grinding in there for 8 hours a day. You don't get a day off. You don't even get a Sunday off. Camera blocking is Sunday, and then it's the rehearsal and then the show. You are so mentally, physically drained that like nobody will ever understand unless you do it. And to do it that many weeks in a row to make it to the end and have people question or not like that you won, you just almost want to punch them in the face, because you're like, you do it. That's a show right there. To go out and find people who are trolls and then make them do what you do, like sit in that chair and hold a podcast or go do one dance class.
I was like, just punch them in the face. I was going to sign up for that show. That's the show. Just find a troll and punch them in the face.
That would be, I mean, that is a dream show for me to work on. Yeah.
After I won, I don't know what happened. After you won that night.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through the night?
Yes, it was very different from most things because I was in COVID season.
Oh, that sucks.
So I didn't even have an audience. I had a laugh button machine and a clap button machine, and there was no one there. And we weren't allowed to hang out with each other, and we weren't allowed to go in the room and help each other, and we had to get tested every day. And if you got COVID, you were out of the competition. And I got a false positive COVID test. Dina called me and she goes, you might want to pull over. And I just started hysterically bawling. She was like, if you get another positive, you're out of the competition. And this was week 8 when I'm like in it. And I was like, no. And I was like Googling how to get fake like tests done.
You could go to my doctor that was shooting me up illegally.
Yeah,
he could have given you the exact
I should have gotten to your guy. But I I went and it was actually a false positive. I did 3 tests at the clinic. It was all negative. I got to go back. But the night that I won, I remember it was like everybody had to be 6 feet apart. So we were like talking with like masks on. And then after, Neve actually had people over. And so we all went to party after. But I just like sat with my mirror ball on the rooftop of this hotel I was staying at and drank wine. And Neve was like, oh, you're not going to come over. You're too good to come over. And I was like, fine, I'll show up. I went there. Nobody was there. It was just drunk Neve. And I was like, did everybody leave? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, why didn't you tell me everyone went home? And he's like, because I think we should do a bit online about like, it's blah, blah, blah for me. And so he was like all bitter and he was drunk and he wanted to do this video for social media that we did post. And it ended up being funny. But I still think he's mad at me.
Probably at what you didn't allow him to have.
Right.
Not you. Everybody likes you, which is weird. I'm going to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah, because most people, hey, I don't care. I think people that have done your franchise,
yeah,
there's not universal love for really anybody else from in town.
Yeah.
Like some of my closest friends, especially 2,
okay,
love you.
Really?
As a huge, because we haven't like spent any time. I guess we met. I was like, "What up? High five."
Yeah.
Other than that,
yeah.
But because I was like, I'm going to talk about it with somebody.
I was so honored you asked me.
And they both were like, she's the greatest person.
Aww.
And that's not often said about people. I think those shows change people too.
Absolutely.
And not just your show. Because I did 4 years of American Idol.
Yeah.
So I have a different kind of experience with reality television. But no, people like as a person spoke very highly of you.
That means a lot. Thank you for sharing that with me because sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's because I'm Canadian. I'm just nice.
You guys are really nice.
But I am also very spicy, but it's genuine. Like I will stand up for what I believe in. And sometimes people like, I'm very like polarizing online, but I think if people know me, they know my heart. So I'm okay with that. But I always thought it was so crazy when I came off Bachelorette. I was so hated, not by humans that knew me.
So I didn't watch.
Yeah.
So
I had
what was your, I'm going to say character because they do absolutely edit you into what they want you to be.
Oh, I was like the raunchy, sexualized
Did you go on as a contestant first?
Yes.
Did you win?
No. So I went on as a contestant and the Bachelor guy, he was a farmer and I was like, I need him to know my humor right out of the limo. So I went up to him and I was like, I don't really know much about you. Like, I know your name's Chris and I know you're a farmer. So I'd plow the fuck out of your field any day as a joke, which, by the way, this was like 10 years ago, so I thought that was hilarious. And he thought it was hilarious, but they edited it to make it seem like he was like, oh, God.
Really?
And then I was like, but he actually thought it was hilarious. And I was like, okay, good. He laughed. And so then I just became like the edgy Canadian with tattoos who swore a lot and talked about sex. And that is a small part of me.
You have tattoos?
Yes. And then I was sent home. There was 3 of us left. I was very sure he was going to pick me. I was like, he's obsessed with me. He's definitely going to pick me.
Oh, so you thought you'd win?
Oh, yeah. He sent me home. I was devastated. And then the show's therapist was like, are you really devastated or were you just in the bubble? And I was like, oh. And then I came back and then they asked me to be the Bachelorette. And then they put 2 Bachelorettes on my season and the men got to decide who they wanted to be the Bachelorette.
So you finally... So... This is why this sucks for you for 2 reasons. One, you finally are the one.
Yeah.
Except there's another one.
Yeah.
And then you go do Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Which is also awesome, but then it's COVID.
Yeah.
Like you got limited awesomeness in both the things that should have been 100% awesome.
I know. It was tough, but I mean, the girl that I was pitted against was actually a friend, so we tried to not take it so seriously. But again, I'm very competitive, and it was more about like winning to me than like, because I'm like, if they pick her, these just aren't guys for me. But also like pick me because I need to win.
And that you're going to be the person, and then you're not. That's kind of a mind screw.
I know. I made sure I negotiated the hell out of my contract for that one because I was like, if I go home night 1, I still better get paid something.
So you didn't get with the dude in 1. Please excuse my ignorance.
No,
okay. Because I don't expect you to know anything about me professionally.
I'm not. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get with anybody from when you were the Bachelorette? Did you marry anybody from the show?
I got engaged, and I was with him, Sean Booth. Do you know who that is?
Wait,
yes.
It has a gym.
Yes.
Got it.
I was with him for 3.5 years. And in the contract for Bachelorette, if you stay together longer than 2 years, you get to keep the ring. So I still have the ring from that. But we broke up. And then I started dating another Bachelor guy, which was, in my head, I'm going, it just felt, when you like bond with people, I guess it could be a trauma bond, and you just know what other people go through. You know this
experience.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll go for another Bachelor guy. Great. And you speak about, like you were saying, some people change from getting, I always compare it to like a drug, and people get a little taste of what it feels like to be famous from the Bachelor, the Bachelorette, and it really does change them. And I've seen it happen so many times. And it was really important to me going in, even when I was like walking out of that limo, I was like, I don't care if people hate me. I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to let this change me. And I remember at the very end, all of a sudden, like all these interviews were happening and people were recognizing me, and I was getting all these opportunities. And I remember being so overwhelmed, and I got very depressed because I just didn't know how to like function after being so manipulated and drinking so much and not sleeping, and then picking this guy who was mad at me for sleeping with somebody else in the fantasy suites. And I was just like in a really bad place. And I just remember in that moment going, just go back to being you. Just be you, and everything will align with what you want in life if you're just yourself and you stay humble. And it was always so important to me to not let it change me. And my dad always says to me, he's like, I'm so proud of you. And he goes, it's not for all of your accomplishments. He goes, it's still because you're the same person, just a more evolved version of yourself.
Why are you here in Nashville?
Because Sean lived here. And so when we got engaged, he came to Vancouver where I was living, and we stayed there for a few months, and then we moved to Nashville.
Is this home now?
Yes. I've been here for 10 years, which is crazy.
Oh, you have been here a long time?
Yes.
I've been here 13, so around the same.
So where, you said again, I forget where you said you grew up.
I grew up in Arkansas.
Arkansas, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever been there?
No, but I really want to go to, what's it called, where the people who own Walmart.
Like Bentonville?
Bentonville.
You want to go to that town?
I do, because my best friend moved there, and she said they like redid the whole city. Like it's
Northwest Arkansas
now.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where also the University of Arkansas is. It's the best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Canada?
Yeah.
Oh.
Toronto.
Oh.
Thought somebody was robbing me. They were just giving me directions.
Oh.
I was on my phone. I was like, I can't find this restaurant. And someone comes up behind me, and I was like, oh, God. And they were like, we can help you.
Aww.
And I was like, it's just the kindest
I know.
people ever.
They really are. Like whenever I go back home, especially the province of Alberta where I grew up, and I feel like people, it's just so boring there, and there's really nothing to do. And we call ourselves just prayer people, where we would just have fun going out into the middle of a bush and just having some beers and like laughing.
That's small town rural Arkansas too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy that you've never had a drink. Is there a reason, or is that personal?
Both.
Okay.
But I talk about it. I mean, it's personal, but I've talked about it a lot.
Oh, okay.
I like that you don't know anything about me, so I don't. So
yeah, you don't have to feel bad about knowing that.
My mom had me. She got pregnant at 15.
Okay.
She was an addict, died in her 40s.
Wow.
My dad left when I was like 5.
Wow.
He's an addict. He's still around. Not me. I don't know him.
Yeah.
So had addicted parents.
Yeah, that makes so much
One
sense.
that was never there, one that was there. But even my mom left, and I was adopted. So it was just a lot of that. And so early on, I was like, I don't want to do that.
Well, wow, that could have went one of two ways.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And it would have gone the other way for sure, because
Yeah.
I get addicted to everything that I do. Mm-hmm. And I think some of it's insecurity because I want to prove that I'm worthy.
Of course, that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
It does. I mean, I was thinking that I never want to say it out loud, but that I'm sure you've known that about yourself. That makes a lot of sense.
And I talk about it in therapy a lot.
Well, yeah.
My whole career is based off of fear.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I have had a great career, and I grew up very poor, and now I'm not.
Yeah.
And so all the things are right, but still there's still so much insecurity that really I have awareness of. It's not gone. I just have awareness of it, and that's the value of me going to therapy.
I relate to this very much. Not to the parents being, like my dad actually was an addict. He's 35 years sober. And my mom, and they were just the most loving parents like that I could ever ask for. But I felt like my worth really came from performance and dance and how I looked and how I came across and just not like who I was inside. And so I grew up very much thinking like I had to look a certain way. I had to be the best at dance. I had to be the best. I had to be the most popular girl at school, and I would get praised for those kinds of things. Even though my parents still like really, like I was a very unique kid. I was very shy at first and then very outgoing, and I had the most offside sense of humor. I swear all the time. I would drink all the time. They just let me be who I was, but my worth was always on performing and winning and being the best. So I get that.
I don't so much enjoy winning as I hate losing, because if I lose, I feel like everybody thinks I'm less than them.
Yeah. I'm the exact same. Even to a point where I've worked on this in therapy, like I get competitive in relationships because I don't like to feel less than my partner, which is so silly.
I have a wife that is smarter than me, and it's been really hard for me to deal with that because I've always been the smartest person.
Yeah.
And that was difficult. And it's a weird thing to say. Both are weird, that I always am this, but it's weird.
Being my therapist always says, because I'm like, well, at least I'm self-aware. Like I know when I'm being ridiculous. I know when I'm being competitive. I know when I'm being reactive. I'm so self-aware. And she goes, I would say that's self-reflective. I don't know if you're self-aware. And I was like, ooh, to quote Tom Bergeron, ouch.
Ouch. To quote Tom Bergeron.
Oh gosh.
I found, like, because I did a lot of stand-up.
Yeah.
Or would play music, or would, in the radio show, not so much the radio show with like receiving praise in real time, but I would go out and I think I only started performing to find love, like some kind of love, not romantic love, but just any sort of love at all.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, like, it's like, I feel loved. I'm funny. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
But then when it would really suck is you go back to your hotel room after a show, you've just done a theater, and you're like, I'm kind of alone again.
Well, it's the high highs and the low lows, and you feel those very much. I'm the same way. I really feel, I being like content is weird for me. I either want to be like, I'm either like really low and like, I'm not doing enough and I'm a failure, or I'm really high and I go, okay, I love being here, or I need to stay here.
How do you do with vulnerability?
Again, everyone that follows me online would say I'm the most vulnerable person. People stop me and say, thank you for being so vulnerable. And then my therapist tells me that I'm terrible at it. She goes, you hate being vulnerable. And I think I'm just good at being self-reflective. I think I'm good at, I could talk about my insecurities all day long, but I don't like sitting in discomfort, which is also vulnerability. So if there's like bad things happening, or someone's in an argument with me, or like someone wants to, say I was dating someone and we got in a fight, I want to just be like, nope, it's not happening, and I'll go sleep and I'll ignore it and pretend it's not happening. I have a really hard time sitting in discomfort. So like yes and no to being vulnerable.
Similar. I'm excellent at performative vulnerability, which is true.
Yeah.
It's all true. But if I'm doing it and I think I'm doing it for a larger reason, man, my first book ate me up because I put it all out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was not that hard for me. But when one person would want to talk to me about it one-on-one, or like even especially with like my wife or like a close friend, I'm really bad there.
That's the same.
Really bad there.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at being vulnerable one-on-one.
I wonder what that is, because I'm the exact same, and I don't like, performative always sounds so bad to me because I'm not going to name his name, people will know anyways, but one of my exes like just felt very performative to me, and I can't stand when people just can't be who they are. And to me, sometimes I would podcast about vulnerability, and I'd like do research more on it to talk, like I would have more knowledge about, and then I'm like, am I doing this to get something and to feel connection with other people, or am I doing it because I really want to talk about it? And I've had to check myself so many times to make sure I'm not being performative. But you're right, that's a real thing, and it's true.
Both can be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, two things can be true at once.
I used to call myself a walking contradiction, but then my therapist, how many times, drink every time I say my therapist, would say, no, you're just like a walking image of two things can be true at once. You hold those two, you do that. And I'm like, that's a good point. I really do. And I think people always think, like when people are like, are you happy? I'm like, what hour is it? I don't know. Being happy is you're supposed to, as a human being, feel a range of emotions daily. So am I happy right now in this moment? Sure. But like, that's small talk for you, I guess.
I don't have a range.
What do you mean?
My battle has been, my emotion is this all the time.
Really?
I don't ever get sad, but I never get that happy. Now, my wife has changed me at like my core at that, because she comes from a very healthy family. She knows how to love. She knows how to say it. She knows how to show it. She knows how to receive it. I'm the worst at receiving it.
Wow.
Because I never really felt like I deserved it.
Yeah,
like if they really got to know the real me, they wouldn't love me. Has always been kind of.
But that makes so much sense with what you've been through in your life.
So it's just here because I feel like if I have no expectations, I can't get hurt. But the problem is, if you don't have the ability to go down, you don't have the ability to go up.
Right.
You can. It's a pendulum.
Yeah.
Like you can only go as high as you do low, and so
I go too far.
Well, and I think both are different kinds of. I don't want to say problems, but different kinds of bills we pay to work through with our therapists.
Yes. My gosh. She makes a great living off of me.
Let's do more superlatives for Dancing with the Stars.
Yay.
Because I didn't come up with these, but I think this is fun. And you can throw one back at me too.
Okay.
But who is like the coolest pro?
Pasha.
Why?
Daniela's husband. There is something just so... Did you ever meet him?
They came in after I was done.
Okay. So Pasha is just so sure of himself and his relationship with Daniela. They have so much love and respect for one another. He is so patient and kind. He's very undercover funny. And the way he dances is just so smooth and cool. And if you're a dancer, I feel like a lot of dancers feel like the need to be on at all times. And Pasha just doesn't feel that way to me. He's like, even when he's on, it feels like he's just himself. And that's what I think is cool about him.
I'm going to give mine to Val for a couple reasons.
Okay.
One, he freaking plays the violin at a high level.
I know. That's the coolest thing.
And it's two things that traditionally men wouldn't go, a dancing violin player, that's masculine.
Right.
But that dude is a masculine dancing violin player.
You are right.
And he's also was so nice to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I heard he's tough in the ballroom on the partners, but I mean, they all kind of are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. My partner was really hard on me. She should have been.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have got out of me what she got out of me. But we also had the conversation early. Like, I was like, hey, I have to be coached.
Yeah.
And you cannot coach me too hard because we have the same goal, and it is to win.
Yeah.
She thought I was crazy because she thought there was no chance we were going to win. She had made the finals multiple times, and with a Backstreet Boy, with a pro player, never won. So I was her first win of all people. But yeah, you can't coach me too hard. But we did have that conversation early where you got to, if I need it, and we fought.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I feel like they all do.
Yeah. You're just close to that person so much that you fight with your friends occasionally.
Yeah.
And that relationship, and you had it with your partner, you're just together so much.
Well, and I don't like being told what to do.
Me either. And something you said earlier was you go in and you have to learn. We're toddlers again.
Yes. Yes. And I don't like being bad at something. And I came in as people thinking I'm a dancer. So then I felt like I was just disappointing everybody with not being able to pick things up. Yeah.
I go and I'm running like shows, and I got multiple podcasts. I got TV shows on, and all of a sudden in that room, I am the lowest of low, not as a human, but at my skill level.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to that because I'm used to running everything because I've built everything myself.
Yes.
It is a hard check.
Ooh, you have hyper independence like me. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't really know where. I think my hyper independence comes from the fact that I thought, and I was taught to believe that I would just find a man to rely on, and that's what would make me happy. And so when I quit dancing, I found a very successful hockey player, as a Canadian does. And I went, oh my God, how great. I'm not going to work. I'm going to travel. I get to follow him around, and he makes great money. And I learned so quickly that is not the life for me. And that was when something shifted in me, because he broke my heart to a point where I actually had to go see like psychiatric help because I was like, I'm not okay. I need help. And I've said this before on a podcast. I actually got addicted to Valium. I was on antidepressants, which I still am on antidepressants. But I just was like, I can take a pill and numb myself and not feel anything. This is awesome. I moved in with my parents back at the age of like 27. And I was like, I'm a loser. So I got my act together. I started building myself back up. I started going to therapy. And then I felt like that's when I really needed to prove like I could do everything by myself. I will never rely on a man because I was just relying on him emotionally.
You pendulumed?
Oh.
So hard. Was it too hard?
So too hard.
Yeah.
Where now it's a coping mechanism. And I still work on that. Like I want to prove that I can do everything by myself because, well, mostly with men. But it's all because of a heartbreak.
Is it because of the heartbreak? It's not dad. It's not dad.
Oh God, my dad's my hero. He's the best man I've ever met in my life, and like, the bar is so high. And I think it's because he's sober. He's so consistent. He does AA. He will not miss an AA meeting every Monday, and it's the steps they go through every Monday. It's just so cool because he lives a life that he's just so proud of, and he's just the kindest man I've ever met. So no daddy issues for me.
Are they still together, your mom and dad?
No. They're friends, though. They, like, still talk and text and say happy birthday. And it was a little messy there for a minute, but they divorced when I was 18 years old, which was kind of like...
It's an odd time to divorce.
Very odd.
You're not even there with... Did you live with them at 18?
I did. I moved out at 19.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was just one of those things where my sister and I were both like, okay, you guys, it's time. Like, you don't have to hold on to this for us anymore.
Oh, so you guys knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're both remarried and have been for a very long time, to the most wonderful people that make sense for them. Like, I can't even imagine my parents together. My mom is such a firecracker, and she is so wild and crazy. And my dad is just like so even keeled. And now he's with somebody else who's very calm. And then my mom's with somebody who just loves her chaotic like energy. And
Are you your mom?
Oh, I'm a mixture of both. I would say I'm definitely more my mom. And if people meet my mom, they go, wow, the apple does not fall far. And then if my best friend has spent time with my dad and she's like, oh, that's where your like kind heart comes from. I'm like, because he's just the best.
I'm going to ask this in a way. When have they been the most proud of you?
See, that's a tricky one because I think my dad has been the most proud of me like as of recently because of staying humble and not letting everything get to my head. I feel like I thought he was going to tell me he was dying because he was like, Kaitlyn, he comes to visit me all the time. He's like, can I just take you in another room and talk to you for a second about something and I'm like, you're dying, because my brain goes doomsday all the time. And he went through all of my accomplishments and he was like, this is kind of the same thing as what I was saying earlier. He was like, but I am the most proud of you for just who you are as a person today. And so I feel like he's the most proud of me for that. My mom, I would say she does deep down feel the same way, but she is she's like me. The mirror ball, it felt like she won the mirror ball. Like
she was a ballerina.
I know. And she's just like, I think she's really the most proud of my accomplishments. Which,
it's cool that you're kind of covered on both sides. And
yeah.
You know what? They both are probably also proud of the other thing too.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Like I don't think that it's your dad's just who you are. I think he's also proud of the work that you've put in.
Yes.
And your mom the opposite. But it's cool that you're kind of covered on both sides.
Well, my mom definitely, I think, has a little bit of like, she should have done this. Like she definitely gave up her dream of dancing to marry my dad, and then she became a mom, and then she felt like she really lost herself. So I feel like she kind of likes to live vicariously through me, which is sometimes like, and other times I'm like, I get it. I'd be the same way.
If they asked you to come back and do Dancing with the Stars again, would you do it?
Without a doubt, yes.
Really?
What about you? I was actually talking to Kevin about this earlier. I worked out with him this morning, and we were talking about an all-star season. And I was like, I'm going to ask him if he would do that because I'm very, very curious. You'd have to.
No, I'm going to say something. From what I know, they're obviously not doing another all-star season.
Right.
That I know.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I try and get them to all the time.
I have been asked because it has become a thing that I've been bad, and if I would come back and just be a part of it again.
What do you mean?
I can tell you.
Okay.
Interesting. I think I'm kind of like an anomaly.
I was just gonna say that
they would want to see if that anomaly would repeat itself.
And you say no?
I've not said anything.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's not been a, hey, we want to offer. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I really have nothing to gain by it.
Right.
And I think one of the weird things of me winning is people are like, well, you use your audience.
It's a voting show.
Yeah, and everybody uses whatever audience that got them there. If it's social media, because I worked.
Charlie, the TikTok star, she's got like 100 million followers. Of course she's going to win.
People are like, well, you talk to your audience every morning and they voted on your radio show or your podcast. And I'm like,
Good.
Yes. That's accurate.
Yeah, when you did that TikTok the other day, or maybe it was Instagram, whatever it was, about like, this is my impression of Dancing with the Stars fans, because they don't make sense.
Yeah, it's like they hold it against you for having dance experience.
Yeah.
This isn't just about dance. And then they do the opposite when it fits the narrative that they
Right.
want. Because
Yes.
I felt like Whitney was really good.
She was unbelievable.
Yeah, she's really good.
I was sitting in the audience when she got sent home, and I like grabbed the two people beside me. I grabbed their arms and I like gasped audibly. And I was like, "Ah!" Because I'm like, that just goes to show the internet is so powerful and mean that they rallied together to send her home and crush her dreams because they didn't like her character on the Mormon Wives.
And the next day I went on, and I've not watched Mormon Wives. So I said, somebody explain to me what her character is, because they voted the Mormon wife off, not the Dancing with the Stars contestant.
Right.
Because I liked the Dancing with the Stars contestant.
Exactly.
And I didn't know her from Mormon Wives.
She's been on my podcast. I love her as a person. I've seen clips of Mormon Wives and I'm like, ooh, not the best look, but it's also, she has to fit. People need to realize that reality TV casts for certain personalities. They need a mean girl. They need a bully. They need a funny one. Otherwise you're getting the same person. And Whitney just happens to be a person who speaks her mind. She's brutally honest. And people were so mad that she said, I came back for season 3 of Mormon Wives
to be on Dancing with the Stars.
And I thought that was so honest of her.
Yes, honest. You should be rewarded for that.
And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Do you think people go on reality TV because they have hopes and dreams of just like, it's my dream to be on TV? Like, yeah, it is.
Like capping out at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was unfair.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
So awesome.
And I don't
so
know her at
devastated.
all. And yeah, the fans are weird. And we'll wrap, but I'll go first.
Okay.
Most vulnerable time on Dancing with the Stars. I'm going to ask you yours. I'll give you mine.
Okay, yeah, give me yours.
The social media ugliness had become such a point for me in the final few weeks, because this is a time when they would do the real bottom 3. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they did that in your season or not, but now they've changed it. They just like the random 3 people and one of them's going home.
No, they did it the same. They changed it from mine.
Okay, so mine was the bottom 3. I was never in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
So people were pissed all the time that I wasn't in the bottom 3. Mm-hmm. And the last 3 weeks of that show, every day before I would practice and before I would go to bed, I would read The Freaking Little Engine That Could, the book.
You would? Bless your little cotton
because
socks.
I was just like, I got to have something simple to get me through this.
Aww.
And I would read that and just be like, none of this stuff matters. And the book was like, it's like this thick, but it's like 8 pages.
Yeah.
And it's literally about.
I love that. Wait, that is.
And
so
I still have the exact book.
Aww.
I read The Little Engine That Could every day for 3 weeks to get me through the emotional part of it for me, because it was so ugly for me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was so just hell-bent on winning that show.
I want you to go to Hoffman so bad. Have you ever heard of this?
Seymour?
No. It's a inner child
I saw a clip of you going, I mentioned Hoffman 73 times. I didn't even know what Hoffman was, but I saw you talking about how much you say Hoffman.
It's all about working on your inner child and like healing that part of you.
I've gone to Onsite.
Okay, Onsite's great. I've been to. This is a little more of a deep dive in Hoffman. It's a little more intense, and it really did change my whole life. But talk about vulnerability. Wow, I was like literally crying on the floor in front of like 30 people about certain things.
At Hoffman?
Yeah. But yeah, that's so sweet that you read that, because it probably like felt like a childlike thing to do, which makes everybody happy. Plus, it was something simple that gave you the message that you needed every day. And you really were the little engine.
I was the freaking little engine. I know.
So cute.
It makes me a bit emotional thinking back about it because a kid's book meant that much to me during that time.
I want to cry. That's really sweet.
Don't, because your glam looks great.
Oh, God.
Don't cry.
Does it? Okay, my most vulnerable. See, my experience was so different because I was so hated as the Bachelorette that I got death threats. People would go as far as like photoshopping me in a dumpster saying that's where I belong.
That sucks.
They read mean tweets on my like Men Tell All episode that were just like here. Now I can laugh at it because Chris Harrison was literally reading, Kaitlyn, shut your whore legs and stop being a little slut. You are a terrible example for my daughter and blah, blah. And I just got torn apart just for being myself. And, you know, they needed to change up the Bachelorette format. They always had the girl next door, the American Sweetheart. So it was such a change for me because I got so much love on Dancing with the Stars. And the fandom, was like, whatever they are called, they were so good to me. And I was like, wow, this is a really nice change. But my vulnerability came from every week I felt like I was not making Artem proud. And I remember one time I think he was just fed up with me, which happens with every couple. And I just could not stop sobbing. And he was like, I thought you were a dancer. And it like just, and I remember going home that night and I laid in the shower crying, as I did most nights, and bandaged up everywhere. And for some reason, this is actually crazy, I smelled my grandma and I went, that is such a distinct smell. And I said out loud, I smell my grandma. And the lights went out in the bathroom. And I just screamed for my partner at the time. And he came in and he goes, why are the lights off? I went, I don't know. I said, try and turn them on. He turned them on and they wouldn't go on, but every other room worked. And then the lights just went back on after that. And my sign for like asking for anything of like guidance, I always ask for blinking lights or like flashing lights.
Really? So you'd ask for that prior?
Always.
Wow.
I've been asking for it for years. And I remember just like, it's a different kind of vulnerability, but I remember just feeling like so aligned. And I was like, I have to just believe in myself and what I'm doing and just battle through this pain. And what Artem says to me, he doesn't mean in the moment. He's just frustrated. He just knows we have the like ability to possibly win. And it was just like a really changing moment for me in that.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. And now I see like flashing lights happen to me, especially so when I came out of Hoffman, I went to Hawaii by myself. And
I went to Hawaii by myself once too.
You did?
All by myself,
Isn't it the best?
Well, people thought it was, I went to finish a book and I was like, hey, I'm going to go on a hike. And I said, will you take a picture of me? They were like, yeah, where's the other person? Just me.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's such a spiritual place, and it's like it's my Disneyland.
That's cool. I just went to the Dole Banana Plant. You did like cool things.
Oh,
but yeah.
That's funny. And I remember being in Hawaii, and I was like, I feel so like high on life right now. And I was still asking for signs of blinking lights. I have a video of it. I went into my bathroom to wash my face that night, and the light above me in my hotel room was just blinking. And I was like, thank you. And I just kept saying thank you. And then I went out and I said, God, I just really want to see like whales. And just, I'll show you the videos after. These whales were just like breaching out, and like I've never seen, and people were screaming because they've never seen anything so crazy. And then I went, you know what? I'm going to Google how to get a Hawaiian blessing on a relationship with myself, because I know they do it for married couples. And I was going to ask for a blessing for it on myself. And this guy came and met me, cutest little man, and it started raining and all these sea turtles just started coming up to my feet, and he was like, I've never seen this before. And I was like, dude, I'm so aligned right now. I'm like, I think I am a turtle. Like I was just so into it. And then I came home and got my phone back and everything went to shit. But
that's what happens when you get your phone back. Yes, you get your phone. Yeah. We were talking about your podcast before you came on, but I just want to say congratulations. Like you built something really cool.
Thank you. It's my favorite thing that I do. I love having just like conversation like this. It's nice to do it also with somebody who is obviously a pro, because I'm sure you've had experiences where you're like, this is pulling teeth.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's why I was looking forward to this. I knew it wouldn't be pulling teeth, and it was something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Do you feel like we talked about everything you wanted to talk about?
I don't know. I won't know till later.
Oh.
Because I don't even have any notes, right? So it was just like, I just wanted to kind of talk about it with somebody who understood it, who wasn't hearing me talk about it, but could actually listen and talk back about the experience. Mm-hmm. That's why it was valuable for you to be here. So I really appreciate that.
No, I was honored that you asked me, and I really do think you should get it back. And here, it's just because you did work so hard for that, and it doesn't matter what people want to take away from you. Like, they can't take that away from you. You literally took it away from yourself.
But also won, and a little bit of it was for like, if I'm really going to be like, this sucks, like I need to do something about it. I'm going to mail it back.
But
I know, I hear you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I know you're right.
You're like a little doggy with your tail between your legs now. And you're
not yet, but I might be.
Yes. Where was it? Was it up there?
No, it was at home.
Oh.
I had it at home.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want you to have it back.
Okay.
You deserve it.
All right. Well, Kaitlyn, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
This has been awesome.
Thank you.